Welcome back, guys, to Just a Man and His Tools. Today we are going to be doing a follow-up video on my last one. Last video I detailed my truck over here, and that was in preparation to do my wife's car. So a lot of what we're doing is going to be the same. So I'm going to try to, jump through stuff. A lot of the tools we're using are exactly the same, if not all of them. We are going to change a couple products though, so I'll really skip through a lot of stuff unless I'm using something different and I want to get feedback on that. So we're using the same pre-wash. We're switching soap though to foaming surface prep. I don't think the Clean Slate did a very good job, and so we're going to try this. And then the Chemical Guys iron remover I think did literally absolutely nothing. Like none of it turned pink at all, so we're switching to a Grios iron remover. Last time I didn't have a tar remover, and so I had to clay bar off a lot of little black spots, so that was annoying. So I picked this up. I kind of forgot until the last minute, so we're just using Turtle Wax brand. Hopefully it works. I just grabbed this at Walmart. And then a big part of what we're doing is there's a lot of water spots on the plastics on this car and on the windows, so we're going to try to see what we can get off with the Meguiar's water spot remover. And then for the windows, we may have to polish them, so I got some glass polish. I picked up the Grios pads for my G9, and I also picked up a G8 for some of these smaller areas, and we are going to do the ceramic liquid wax on her wheels. And then we're using the same tire wash, same clay lubricant and clay bar. That worked fine, and we're going to do the same ceramic liquid wax on the wheels, and then the ceramic all-in-one wax and the spray wax on the car. And then we are going to go over all the plastics. They have faded a little bit, and it's a big part of this car, so we're going to go over that with the Cerakote trim coat in the end. And then I think you can do this on plastics. We'll probably go over that tomorrow with this as well. And then we're going to try out this new Rain-X ceramics for the windows. Historically, I've just been using regular Rain-X and it's been great. This is supposed to be a little better, so that sounds great after we, again, try to get rid of the water spots and maybe polish the windows. So we're going to jump into it. One thing I did do since the last video, I had those Autoality like 500 GSM towels were super linty, so I washed and dried them like 4 or 5 more times to try to get them to a state that was usable, because quite frankly they weren't usable. They were so linty last time. So we're going to try that out. But other than that, methods are going to be the same. And again, this should not be a detailing tutorial, but more just some feedback on some of the tools and products we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to do the pre-wash, and then we'll get into the surface prep and everything else. But I've got my 2 buckets over here, pressure washer. We're going to get going. Yeah, I just want to show you guys, since it's kind of hard because of the light and the car was already wet today, some of really how dirty this car is. You can see there's like some really gross lines here. There's lots of tar specks all over. There's a bunch on the back bumper. There's all kinds of tar and stuff. So it is pretty dirty. Like my other car, there's all kinds of stuff. It's never really had a good detail, just some touchless car washes. So we're definitely gonna try to give it some love. We've done our pre-wash, we've done our foaming surface prep. A lot of that dirt I pointed out a little bit ago is still there. So next we're gonna hit it with some iron remover. We'll rinse that off, and then we're probably gonna have to go around with the bug and tar and just hit those spots that are real bad, and go from there. Quick little shot here. You can actually see the iron remover working. Hopefully this shows up. There are like little little pink marks here. So this, I didn't get any of this with the one I used last time, but this is definitely working. I'll give it a couple more minutes. It's not at risk of drying today with the light, which is good, but we're definitely getting quite a bit of it. So we'll keep going and then we'll rinse this off. Took a while, but I got all the iron remover, I think, sprayed out. So we're gonna do bug and tar neck. This says to let it sit for a minute. So we're gonna start with this really bad spot before. We'll let it sit for a minute and then we'll wipe it off. It's kind of everywhere too, so I'll probably rinse it. But after I buff this off, I'll go ahead and grab the camera and we'll see how it worked. Okay, so that definitely cleaned off all that stuff I was worried about. So let's go ahead and give you a shot here. So earlier it was real gross along here. This cleaned all of this up, so that's good. And then we got a lot more to do, so we're just gonna rinse this off and we'll go around the car and clean all this up. Same wheel cleaner as last time, just that Armor All. It works great. I'm a fan of spraying it. As you can see, it's already clearing a bunch of stuff off that. So I'm gonna spray it, rinse it, spray it again, scrub, rinse. It works great, pulls the dirt right off. So I went ahead and sprayed a couple of them, and we will rinse those off now and then spray and scrub. I didn't show this last time because the wheels on my truck were a lot grosser than these are, and it just wasn't going to do the job. But these seem to be cleaner. It might just look that way because they're black. But this is the Chemical Guys wheel gerbil. It's basically just like a super plush wheel cleaner with the heftiest chonky boy handle. Like, this has some heft to it. It won't come across on camera, but this is very heavy handle for, you know, very nothing brush. So we're just gonna go ahead, give these a nice little clean and spray this off again. Wheels are clean. This car does have a matching fifth wheel, so I did get that out because we're going to want to clean and coat that as well. The wheel gerbil I liked a lot. Not very scrubby. If you've got, you know, really dirty wheels like on my truck, it wouldn't have been enough. But for these that were pretty clean, I think it was fine. So we scrubbed the tires, you know, clean the rims. So those are good now. So now we need to go around with this water spot remover. So a lot of this is on the plastics. We're going to go over it, and then also the windows, especially like the corners where the windshield wipers don't hit, and the sides are pretty like etched with hard water. So we're going to try this first. This is a good example of what we are looking to take care of here. As you can see, over the years, this car's about coming up on 4 years old here. We have lots of water spotting, again, especially where the windshield wipers didn't go. So this is what we're looking to take care of. We're going to try this water spot remover by hand and see what it does. If not, we'll just polish it with the Griot's polish. Oh, whoa, okay, holy crap, that did a ton. Look how much cleaner that is. Okay, so maybe we just try this. First time using this towel. It looked nice, had good reviews. Just gonna go ahead, dry this up here. It's like real thick. It's almost like bath mat thick. It's kind of how I'd describe it. Like those kind of plush shower mats when you get out. It's kind of feels like one of those, but it works pretty good. It's real soft, more microfibery than terry clothy like some drying towels, but that worked out just fine. This stuff works freaking great. I mean, that's very little effort. It does say that you can use a polisher if you need to, but I mean, that's 4 years of water spots build up, taken off. Okay, all the windows, I went around with that. I also hit plastics in the back, and these pillars look a lot better with it, as well as this rubber strip up top. Oops, sorry. This rubber strip up top had a lot of water spots, and the mirrors look way better now. And yeah, the window way better. So that is all good. Okay, same kind of clay bar I had last time. It's just the Chemical Guys original clay bar. It worked great with their clay luber. So I will say the kit comes with, I think, 3 bars, and this is, I think, the last piece of the first bar I was using last time, and 1 bottle of clay lube. So this is down to like here. So I would argue that this is not going to be proportionate. So I do have some speed shine and some other detail spray that at some point I'm going to have to switch to probably. But just know that if you buy one of these kits, this is not nearly enough clay luber, so make sure you have something else on hand. It's like we might get some more rain again. Finished clay barring, a lot easier than my truck was. Paint's half as old, really was just in a lot better shape. So unfortunately, we're getting some more rain again. The rain is finally let up enough, I think we can get to buffing. So same process as I did last time. Each panel we get to, I'm going to hit with some detail spray, wipe it down, and then we will hit it with the ceramic all-in-one wax and then buff it out and move on to the next panel. So this is one of those auto-ality towels that I washed a bunch. First panel is not fantastic. It's still probably a little linty. I think if I'm careful, I can make it work. At this point though, having washed these 4 or 5 times, I'd say don't buy them. It's not worth it. Spend the extra money on the Atoms or something else. Just use the soft side of the Amazon Basics one. It's probably not worth the hassle. So live and learn. Yeah, this f***ing sucked, man. Kinda work, but you can't get them very wet at all. Yeah, this is not worth it. I'm just gonna use the soft side of the Amazon ones. Auto-ality, do better. Like really, these are not acceptable. This is one of my wife's wheels. This is the 5th one. It's a matching spare. And so what we have here is the 1-inch attachment on the G8. Now, they don't make wax pads for some reason that I don't understand. So this is the finest one they have. It's a finishing pad. So these are their 1-inch Griot's finishing pads. And I was a little worried about using the all-in-one. The wheels are in fairly good shape. There are some scratches, I don't know if you can see, but we're just going to do the ceramic liquid wax without. So this is just their ceramic wax. The all-in-one that I used on the car has just a little bit of abrasiveness to it, so we're not going to use that. And yeah, we're going to see how this works. The 1-inch attachment also is nice because it sticks out way farther, which is super cool. I kind of wish the other ones did that as well. I'm sure you could probably use some kind of extension. It's just threads in here with a bolt, but let's give this a shot. That wasn't so bad. Definitely recommend trying to do like a good chunk of the wheel at once. That just made way more sense. But that 1-inch attachment really lets you get in to quite some nooks and crannies here. This isn't a super hard to do wheel. You know, the 5 spokes are rather large, but all in all, for my uses, I think, yeah, the 1-inch attachment is great. So let's finish this wheel. 4 more to go, and then we'll Cerakote the trim. This one looks good. Let's do 4 more. Finally ready to do the plastic here. So we're using the Cerakote trim coat. Seems to be pretty popular. And I went with the bottle versus the wipes just because the plastics is such a high amount of this car that I didn't know how many wipes I was going to need. Didn't want to run out partially through and make the cost the same. I just thought for how much I have to do, just be easier to get the bottle. So I've wiped off this corner here, nice and clean and dry, and comes with these applicator pads. Says to wear gloves, and so we're just going to wet this pad, and it says to apply overlapping coats until the pad's dry. Oh, this kind of sucks. So this bottle is just like a giant hole. It's like a 1-inch hole. Not ideal. Definitely going to be a lot harder to just put like a little bit on the applicator. So I wish they would design this to be, you know, some kind of smaller like squeeze bottle or something, but this is the way it is today. So we're going to work with that and probably take a few times to see how much we need to put on the applicator. So we're going to apply overlapping coats and then wipe it off with a microfiber. This looks good. It looks a little wet. It looks better than the section next to it, but that doesn't really mean much. So I will keep going and update y'all tomorrow. Next day now, it turns out that applying the ceramic trim coat for the first time in the dark with dew quickly approaching didn't work out very well. So as you can see, we've got a lot of this white residue here, and it's pretty streaky around the whole car. I think it's probably either from one of two things, either the dew messing with it or just over application and I didn't wipe enough of it off. Either way, we're gonna have to clean this up before we get going today. Try some water spot remover. If that works, I'll probably throw it on the small buffer though, just because I don't want to have to wipe down all of these plastics by hand. That sounds absolutely terrible. It appears that will work. The water spot remover's got like a little bit of abrasiveness to it, so I think we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna grab the G8, just a 1-inch finishing pad, well, for the front here, and then we'll probably swap to a bigger pad because a lot of it's not this detailed, and we'll get this cleaned up. Good news is that the water spot remover on the G8 does seem to be working. So good thing I got the small attachment. I just did this top bar now and it looks absolutely beautiful. These plastics are kind of going to be the death of me, I think. I went around, they look as good as they're gonna. Some of them actually do look really good. Like this front grille looks way better than it has since we got the car. So I'm done with that for now. The things we need to still do, we need to clean and coat the windows and also put the second coat of the 3-in-1 ceramic spray wax on. So I'm going to clean the windows. For that, we're going to be coating them with the new Rain-X ceramics. This is technically a glass cleaner and repellent, but to me, I feel like it just makes way more sense to clean it first and then go over this so it's just a cleaner surface. So I'm gonna hit all the windows with the Adams glass cleaner first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the Rain-X ceramics after. The plastics on this car really are feeling like the death of me at this point. Got all the windows clean, and as the plastics are drying and everything, they're just really uneven, which to be fair they were before. I think at this point I'm just gonna call it, coat everything with the spray wax. I am calling this good enough for now. I'm gonna try out something on the plastics here, you can see in a second, but this is a buffed in coat and then a spray coat of the ceramic wax from Griot's. Looks pretty good. The plastics are, yeah, more of a problem than I expected though. So we're gonna try something over here, and hopefully you can see on camera, really white spot here where things are really discolored. I'm going to wipe this off with bug and tar remover, and then we're going to try just this door with the Cerakote again and see if we can get some better results in the daylight. It's really thin compared to what I did yesterday. I'm going to buff it down. And then see how this comes out. You can already see there's a little bit lightening up already. See if we can get those areas again. Okay, so that's how it's going to look for now, and I will try to update this before I post the video. Let's do a quick roundup of the products used. The stuff at the top that's highlighted is either changes from last time or new products from this video. So for wood buy again, the Griot iron remover, that worked great. Definitely a lot better than the Chemical Guys one I used last time. The Cerakote trim coat, uh, don't do it in the dark, and maybe not when the car is about to be covered in dew, but I think after the second coat it looks a lot better now. The Meguiar's water spot remover worked great, and the Turtle wax bug and tar remover also worked well. For not sure, I put the Griot's foaming surface prep here, as well as moving up the Chemical Guys clean slate from would not buy again. Maybe I'm asking too much of these products, but neither of them removed like the Rain-X from the window, and I think maybe I'll look for something stronger in the future after I get through the gallon of the surface prep I bought. The Rain-X ceramics, I think we'll just take some time to see how it holds up. There's, beating like the normal one right away, but we'll see if, it's worth the couple extra dollars. And the Costco microfibers, I put in the not sure category. I think if I need just bulk cheap towels for wheels and glass and whatever, I'd probably buy them again. But I think for more general use and things that you might want to use on paint, I would just buy the Amazon ones. For would not buy again, I put the AutoAlity 550 GSM microfibers in here. I think it's great that they want to get the towels back and hopefully figure out what's going on. But the ones I got were completely unusable for detailing use. And yeah, I wouldn't buy them again based on this unless, they email me back afterwards and say, oh, we found something, yada yada, hope you want to try them again. But as of now, I wouldn't buy them again. So yeah, these are just my thoughts, and hope you enjoyed the video.